So, first and foremost, health is most important. One has to stay more optimistic and more kind of confident around their health and focus on the positive. They have to kind of think way forward. What do they want to do when they recover, or how are they going to feel, and when are they kind of doing going when are they kind of going to get to do things which they've had on their minds and stuff, or they've been holding themselves back from and stuff, and they've been kind of forced to slow down or whatever. Trust me, slowing down has a lot of advantages. It makes you more creative. It makes you think at situations, analyze situations, look at situations in a different light and stuff. And when you disconnect from the usual negative, or from from the same circle and environments and stuff, you get a better perspective. Okay, so now this is it. So they say that imagine the best possible future for yourself. Detach yourself from the current situation and imagine your ideal situation in 5 years time. Write down what it may be like. So what is it that you're looking at? Immediately is not important. You have to have a far-sighted approach and stuff. Like when I heard the economists economics point of view of the CEO of Siemens yesterday, I could see that he had kind of thought maybe 10 years forward and stuff, and it was outsidedly interesting. I felt as if he's done an international degree or whatever. And I think, honestly speaking, a lot of people in our country can also do with good education, because they think IIT or just a regular course or whatever is just the final ultimate solution to education and stuff like that. I don't mean that people who are in IIT or in other education colleges are not doing that great. What I'm trying to say in a positive manner is that maybe people can also think about education and elevating it, and kind of, getting on better forums and of learning and implementing and stuff like that. Because I've shared this before, when you're kind of interacting and talking and listening to people who are maybe experienced and highly kind of influential in their own works and stuff beyond the known, it is going to open up another window to thinking and stuff. Okay, we think we've arrived. A lot of people feel at 35 or 40 we've been there, we've done that. Now it's time to kind of start getting into a in India, they say no offense meant, Gyan Batna mode, but then that's what education and that's what intellect does to you. You're in a position to kind of share your thoughts and what is the world all about. All the solutions are found only when you do thought sharing, and when you're kind of exchanging ideas and perspectives and stuff. So it kind of helps to kind of be more aware and have more knowledge and stuff. And education can only help you and benefit it. Okay, or following leaders beyond the ones that are known to you. You don't have to necessarily follow the same people every day. Okay, so this is what the author says. Plan the next 5 years of your life, and they teach you in international and MBA as well that kind of write down your goals and look at them daily, and kind of figure them out that they are happening and stuff. And remember that news sometimes tends to be negative. I think I've been sharing that a lot. Limit the amount of access you give yourself to news. Check out the amount of time on your phone that you spend on social media or news apps, and try to reduce it. Remember that your attention is automatically drawn to negative. So it happens so many times, you'll think, I don't want to think about this particular person or this particular incident or whatever, but you end up invariably thinking about them. So this is what happens. The more you try and avoid, let's say if I were to ask you, don't think about a chocolate, you'll be thinking about a chocolate. Okay, avoid thinking about a cake, avoid doing this, avoid doing that. You're going to be like, why the hell should I not do that? And you're going to do more of that. Okay, so what makes sense is to be more watchful and mindful about how you're feeling and stuff. You allow those feelings to flow. You're human beings and stuff. And kind of look at what every content on news makes you think about or feel about. If it gives you a positive feeling, it kind of makes you look forward, it makes you feel good. If you feel it's making you empowered, it's adding to your value of knowledge and information and stuff, go ahead with that. But the moment you start feeling angry, the moment you start feeling, let's use the negative emotions, frustrated, the moment you start thinking, oh my god, what shit is wrong with these people, or what a lousy news peg, or whatever information they're sharing is so degrading and distasteful and stuff, you kind of started thinking about the negative stuff. So block it off and do away with it. Okay, practice learned optimism. If you experience a setback that leaves you upset, try and think about detaching from the situation, and try and thinking positive about it. So people get obsessed After a certain age, people are not able to think, or maybe even youngsters are not able to think. So and so person said this, so and so person said that, so and so person made a comment, so and so person left this message on my wall, my boss said this to me, my boss said that to me. The point is, if you keep kind of thinking only about them, then you're stuck. So it's time to kind of disconnect from that and kind of move on and start thinking on better stuff. You kind of propel yourself into more creative pursuits or healthier pursuits, and you find better company, or maybe spend time with yourself, or read a book, or listen to music to kind of allow that emotion to kind of go away and stuff. So there are a lot of tips over here, because the week is going to be about a lot of interesting stuff. It's also a week where people want to meet up more and stuff, because the weather's opening up and stuff. So I see a lot of people actively being in the malls and in the movie theaters and stuff. So life is kind of back on track. And there is one tip which I'd like to kind of share here and leave you on, is that use the Whoop technique. So what is a Whoop technique? Okay, so the Whoop technique is basically to make more positive plans for the future and balance those with sensible steps to ensure that the change happens. So we keep saying, I made a plan and then it didn't work out, and I planned to go here, it didn't work out and stuff. So probably the plan was not that strong. Probably the will or the determination was not that strong. Because you must have heard this: where there's a will, there's a way. So if you plan something and if you already thought about it, you will find a way, and you'll find kind of a willingness to kind of be a part of that. So let's say if you plan to watch a movie and you're not sure you're going to make it, but the point is it's been playing on you and you want to do it. So ideally you would say, okay, maybe I can do that later, but maybe you can just call up a friend, or you can have a chat with someone who's a movie partner, or maybe you can just look at some videos, or maybe you can just talk to some people, and you can get some little kick or inspiration and stuff, and you just end up invariably doing that. Okay, so we are responsible for the choices we make, we are responsible for whatever happens to us. Sometimes things are not planned, and sometimes things don't happen the way we think them to be, but then they may be a blessing in disguise and stuff. But the point is, if in Japanese they say, if your ishirin is strong, if your gut is strong, if your willpower is strong, if your determination is strong, then things start happening to you. And by no means this is a Shah Rukh Khan dialogue, but it is actually a quote from Paulo Coelho, who also says that when your desire to do something or have an outcome of something is so strong, then the universe will actually make things happen for you. So the point is this, that you have to really kind of have a strong intent and a strong a willingness to do something. That's when opportunities and doors open up. And when you're also kind of engaged in mindful activities like praying, chanting, and sending out positive energy to the universe, then positive doors and associations also open up for you. And I think my life is a big example of that. I do have challenges with negative people and obsessive people, or some shit personalities that I've met in the past or whatever, like everybody else, and I've got stalked by them. They still follow me around. They think it's a big joke or whatever, but then I choose kind of not to even want to be around them or even meet them or whatever. And yesterday we were having a chat in the movie hall that is becoming a problem also for the children and for the world. Children are kind of also not wanting to be on social media many a times, because they find so much of filth there. Like, in a golf club, I met a family and they switched on the Instagram, and suddenly there was a nudity program coming up and stuff. So precautions have to be taken care of. Expecting social media giants and companies to do that is not the only viable solution or whatever. Probably the controls on your phones have to be stronger, and at the end of the day, it's also the company the children keep, the parents kind of the kind of values parents are given. But then I also know that there are good children who get spoiled because of the cheap Charlie companies they have and stuff. So there are lots of examples around that. But anyways, the post is about how to kind of kickstart and have a good week and a good day. So that's the way it is. try and do away with the negative and associate more with positive. Make calls to your family, make calls to your friends. You may feel like, oh shit, I have to make a call again to this and that. But believe me, the moment you connect and everything, there's always a good energy or a vibe that happens when your relationships are positive. And the moment you think about, oh shit, I have to make a call to this person and talk to this person, please know that that's not the right person. Oh shit, I have to meet this person again. Oh shit, now, this person is going to do this on social media. Oh shit, I'm going to get, hounded or stalked by this person. Oh shit, this person is going to scream or whatever. Rather than being scared and stuff, just disconnect and walk away and know that these are not the right people to be around and stuff. Okay, so love and luck and take care. Take a look at the beautiful world around. Switch off TV, and there's so much of peace there. And if you are kind of choosing to have joy and happiness and positive emotions, and to keep your creativity and to keep yourself in a discovery mode of all the good things in life and stuff, you have to do away with the negative. So love and luck and take care. And this is a book called The Science of Happiness. Happiness is kind of understated. Awareness is good why something is happening to us, but the point is awareness doesn't help us alone. What are we going to do with that emotion? How are we going to kind of take care of that? What is the root cause? Why is it happening? And how is it kind of going to help us analyze the situation and kind of get better without being in it again is always a highly recommended idea and stuff. Many people cope with this at workspaces and stuff like that, but the choice is to kind of connect with only people who are kind of lifting you up and empowering you and making you feel better. And trust me, the strength lies within you and stuff. The point is you have to just be strong enough to recognize it and not look at other people kind of giving you that sense of feeling good and great, because if you're feeling low or whatever, then you're telling yourself that you're dependent on the other person to give you that strength and stuff. So be strong yourself. Okay, so take care and love and luck and have a blast. Enjoy yourself. Cheers to you on a lovely chai. Enjoy yourself. Actually, this is coffee. Enjoy yourself and take good care and best wishes, and thank you for your messages and emails and stuff, and thanks for your patience. I do not spend too much of my time on social media, so thanks for holding on to your horses and not getting irritated about it and stuff, and allowing me to come back when I'm in my own zone and stuff. Take care. Bye bye. Yeah.